Hello. Happy Sunday. There was a total theme in all the church services that I watched in these last 24 hours. So I just want to speak to that really quick because in my experience, God tends to repeat himself. And I don't know if that's just for me because I'm a little bit of a slow learn or whatever. But I will, when things happen like 2 or 3 times, like to me, it's like super obvious that that's God. And so I went to church last night. I watched 3 online this morning. And so that's 4. Normally I don't do 4, but and then I was reading these devos for the day, and there's a total theme. Like it jumped out probably 4 or 5 times. Like this theme kept coming today. So I just want to speak about that really quick. So I'll start with this one because it was in this devo, which is actually from yesterday. So I can't remember. I don't know if we read this or not. Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. Isaiah 43:1. That's the theme. I have called you by name. I have summoned you by name. You are mine. Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. So almost every church service today has talked about that. It's the craziest thing. There's not normally that much of a pattern, but it's a blur at this point. I can't remember necessarily which church said which thing, but on my notes, the common themes were about Jesus has already chosen us, and now are we going to choose him back? Kind of like a proposal, right? It takes 2 people. Jesus has already said yes to us, right? And then we just have to say yes back. Like, what would happen if we didn't, And I thought that was a really good way. That was the one church from last night, to talk about it like a proposal. I'm like, that is an awesome way to describe it, because there is it takes both sides saying yes for things to move forward. And then there was this piece about so many people get stuck in wanting to see your sin, see what group you're in, see your shame. But we're not supposed to be like that, right? We're supposed to be like Jesus. We're supposed to see like Jesus. And Jesus sees us. He sees the individual. Again, you are called by name. You are loved. You are mine, right? Is how Jesus is. And then that you are loved no matter what, right? One of the pastors says, where did I write it down? He said something about how Jesus will just love the hell out of you. And I'm like, that's an awesome quote to hear a pastor say at church. Like, Jesus will literally love the hell out of you, despite yourself. And that's how it is. God is so loving. And so there are some people, I have encountered this in my experience, where it's like you grow up. Like for me, 45 years not being a Christian, I'm known by my name, Jennifer, Jenny, Jen, whichever, whatever. I've been known by my name. And then I enter the church world. And there's plenty of people there who they don't want to know you by your name. They want to know you by your sin. Oh, tell me your testimony, not because we want to give the glory to God, but tell me your testimony, because I'm going to now and forever think of you as your sin. I want to know where you came from so I can judge you and constantly know you as, oh, you're that one. That's not a spirit of God behind those people, right? But they exist in the Christian world. But Jesus is not like that. Jesus is like, yeah, I forgot all that stuff. I threw away all your sin. I let all that go. I don't know you by that. I know you by you. I call you by your name, right? I see you by who you are. So one of the pastors said something about you move from sin to forgiveness, and then people are still talking about your sin. That's exactly, there are people like that. Don't be like that. Jesus moves you from sin to forgiveness You want to know people in that forgiveness and that love, and you want to know them by their current, by their name, right? What else? Oh, and then there's this phrase about there are some people who you can say no words and they will understand you. They will see your heart. That's kind of like what God's like. And then there are other people you can speak a million words and they will forever and a day misunderstand you, not understand you, like think that you're somebody who you're not, and it's like there's just no point even talking to these people. They will always and forever misunderstand you, and that's again the spirit behind them. You don't want to hold a grudge about it, but it's just be aware that there's some people who are going to get you and there's other people who are simply never going to get you. They're always going to have a misunderstanding of what are your motives? Why are you doing this? What are you trying to get? Are you trying to make a name for yourself? Like just things like that that's going through their mind from who? The devil. They're going to have to learn how to fight through that. That's not for you to be concerned about. It's not for you to react to. It's not for you to get spiraled and hung up in, right? Because that's for them to work through with God. But Jesus, again, says, I have summoned you by name. You are mine. And what else? We are chosen. Us by name. I swear so many of the messages talked about this today, and I was sitting here coloring. I'm coloring in this book again, and then the last one that I watched, this wasn't even the pastor. This was just the lady saying the prayer at the end, and she's gonna do worship music. Then she started talking about this. I'm like, this is on fire today. Like this is coming out in every church message I'm watching today. Not all of them, but so that I love that when that happens. So I just wanted to share that because it feels like something on God's heart, or at least to me, because it's like it has repeated itself over and over in these last 24 hours, the same message. And it's not something new. Like I have loved this. I love it like in the show The Chosen. I think it's in the first episode of the show The Chosen where, this I have called you by name, you are mine. Like it's just so true and so touching. So that's just something that I wanted to bring up. I just love how that happened today in like a million different ways. This same exact theme. I love it when there's patterns. I love it when there's just repetition. It's like the echo of God is just loud about this theme today. So anyway, that is it. I actually am coloring this for a reason. I want to talk about refreshment. When Jesus refreshes us, or God, or however it works. But I'm going to wait till the picture is finished being colored first. But anyway, have a great day.